Okay, so just tell me, are you able to see what's written on the board?
Yeah, it's really good positioning. Thanks.
You're able to read?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I hope the reflection is not disturbing. Or should I draw the curtains?
No, it's fine for me at least.
Okay, fine. I think we should start. Okay, because we should, if people are not coming, then they should know that they have to be on time. Yeah. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so types of bones. So we studied two types of bones. Axial and appendicular. Okay, so in axial, we have head, then we have thoracic cage, then we have vertebral or spinal or spine columns or spine. Okay, here we have pectoral girdle, then we have a pectoral pelvic, then we have arms and legs. Okay, we have to study, we have more number of bones here. Here only a few we have. Okay, not so many. But in head, this head is again divided into cranial and we have facial. Okay. Then in thoracic cage, we have sternum and we have ribs. These are 12 pairs. I'm not saying 12 bones, I'm saying 12 pairs of bones. Okay, this was 3 bones fused into 1. Okay, now you see this, it has 7 out of 5, 3 are 5 are false ribs, then again 3 and 2. These 2 are called as floating. Now this vertebral spinal column. Okay, this has cervical, thoracic, then lumbar, sacrum, and the last is coccyx. Okay, so here axial has 3 kind of bones: head, thoracic, vertebral column. Okay, this thoracic and this thoracic, you see, okay, I have not spotlighted myself. Yeah. So what happens? Anything related to chest is given a term thoracic. Okay, so this thoracic cage is composed of sternum. This here we have a bone here in the middle. Okay, sternum. These were 3 bones. In a child, these are 3 bones, but in an adult, those 3 bones are fused into 1. Then ribs. There are 12 pairs. Okay, there are 12 pairs of ribs. Okay, but out of those 12, 7 are true ribs, 5 are false ribs, and out of those 5, 2 are floating ribs. That means they are not at all connected to the sternum. Why these are called true ribs? Because they are connected to the sternum directly. Then 5 ribs. Out of these 5, 3 are connected to sternum through this 7th rib. The 7th rib, okay, and these 2, last 2, they are not at all connected to sternum. Okay, then we have vertebral column. Vertebral columns are our spinal column or the spine. It is also divided into 5 parts. That is cervical. Okay, this is C1 to C7. Then thoracic T1 to T12. You see, ribs are also 12 pairs. Thoracic vertebral column is also 12 bones, because from each bone the ribs are coming out. Okay, and they are coming out towards the front part of the chest. Then lumbar region behind your stomach. This is L1 to L5. This means that there are 7 bones. These are 12 bones, these are 5, and these were 5 bones. Now they are fused into 1. Okay, sacrum, earlier in a child there are 5 bones, but now they are fused into 1. And coccyx, this is tailbone. It is 1 in number. Okay, just 1 bone, tailbone. It is the origin where a tail, like in our ancestor, the monkey or chimpanzee or apes. Okay, the tail was coming out through this bone, tailbone. Okay, now we can take screenshot. Yeah. So let's study the cranial bones. In cranial bones, we have frontal. Total number are 8. Frontal, sphenoid, 𝐘𝐸𝐴𝐻, parietal, 2 in number, then temporal, again 2 in number, and then last we have occipital. In facial bones, we have 14 in number. These are smaller bones. Okay, so they are more in number. So 14 in number they are. Let's study about them. Nasal, lacrimal, then inferior, nasal, concha, then maxillary, mandible, maxillary is 2 in number, mandible is 1 in number. Please take screenshot of this. Okay, so here we are studying head. In head, we have cranial region and facial region. Okay, the cranial region is protecting the brain, and the facial region is supporting the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the oral cavity. Okay, so in cranial we have frontal, sphenoid, ethmoid, parietal, temporal, occipital. This is frontal, sphenoid, temporal, occipital. Okay. In facial, we have nasal, lacrimal, inferior concha, maxillary, mandible. In facial, these two are more important to study. Okay, maxillary and mandible. Palatine, zygomatic, and vomer. Now let's see the diagram of this. Okay, so here, these are the 8 cranial bones. We see frontal is this yellow part. Okay, it is the front of your forehead. It is the forehead bone, frontal. Then we have sphenoid, this pink color is sphenoid. Then we have ethmoid, this red, the small red part is ethmoid. Then we have occipital, green in color, occipital. Then temporal on the sides, behind your ear or above, just above your ear. And parietal. The top of the head is parietal, is composed of parietal. Now, you see, these bones, they are connected, okay? They have immovable joints and they are not straight lines. These are like zigzag-like figure. This here, you see. Yeah. You see this? This is called suture. Okay. This is called suture. Please take screenshot of this and then stop sharing. Yeah. So the joints of cranial bones, it's called a suture. Okay. Now let's see a diagram of the facial bones. Okay, so here you see there are 14 facial bones starting with nasal. Nasal bones are in pair. So we see this skin color bone on the nose, the bridge of the nose. Okay, these are in pair. Mostly facial bones are in pair. The next we have lacrimal. Okay. So nasal, then lacrimal, also in pair. This we see we have tear glands. Okay. In eyes we have like 3 pairs of tear glands, and they are referred with this lacrimal word. Okay, so it is these bones are near the eyes, so they are termed as lacrimal. Then we have inferior nasal concha, also in pair. This is at the tip of the nose, shown in green color. Then we have maxillary in yellow color, where you have your upper jaw connected. It is also in pair. Then we have mandible in purple color. Okay, this mandible it is a bone of significance because due to mandible, presence of mandible, we are able to talk, we are able to eat, we are able to, this is the only movable joint in our facial bones. Okay, and because of this, we are able to do a lot of activities, like we can speak, we can eat, we can also do some cuttings with our teeth. Okay, so that is because of this mandible bone. It is a movable bone. Then next, we have palatine. It is red in color. Then zygomatic. It is this green portion. And then we have vomer. This is the tip of the nose shown in blue color. So these are the bones of facial. These are the facial bones. Please take screenshot of this. Okay, so I'll erase this head region. Okay, so now we come to the thoracic cage, the sternum. Okay, earlier sternum was composed of 3 bones, but now it is fused into one and it is 1 bone. And ribs. Ribs are 12 in pair, out of which 7 are true ribs, 5 are false ribs. Out of 5, 3 are connected towards the 7th rib and 2 are floating ribs. So I'll show you a diagram of this. Yeah, so here you see true ribs. Okay, so let's see. Highlighter. You see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You see they are connected direct to the sternum. And what is sternum? This is sternum. Okay. This is sternum. Okay. Yes. Now we see false ribs. These are false ribs. 1, 2, and 3. They are connected. Okay. You can see the color, or should I change it? I think I should change it. I'll take it in green. So 1, 2, and 3. They're connected to this 7th rib here. They're connected here. Okay. Now we see 2 floating. This 1 and 2. These 2 are floating ribs. Okay. So now we know that we have 7 true ribs, then 3 connected to the 7th rib and 2 floating ribs. I hope this is very, very clear to you. I'll erase these highlighted things. And now you can see. Yeah, please take screenshot of this. So this rib cage is forming a cage-like structure which is protecting our lungs and our heart. And these ribs, they are originating from the vertebral column. Okay, you see here. Here it is it is visible. They are originating here. You see, they're originating from the vertebral column. So in thoracic region of vertebral column, we have 12 bones, and ribs also we have 12 pairs. Okay, so you can relate these two, that the ribs are coming from the vertebral column and they are getting attached to the sternum. Okay, I hope this is very clear. And now we can move forward to this vertebral column. Stop sharing. Yeah. Okay. So we have studied thoracic cage, sternum, and ribs. So I'll erase it. Now last part of axial bones. It is the vertebral column or the spinal column or the spine. Okay, it has 5 portions: cervical region, thoracic region, lumbar region, sacrum, and coccyx. Cervical region is this neck region. Thoracic region is the chest region. Okay, anything related to chest is given the term thoracic. Thoracic, this cervical is in 7 numbers. Okay, 7 bones we have in cervical region. In thoracic we have 12. In lumbar we have 5. The lumbar is behind the stomach. Okay, the lower back is called the lumbar region. It is 5 in number, L1 to L5. Then we have sacrum. Sacrum, earlier there were 5 bones, but now they are fused into 1 bone. And coccyx it is the last bone of the vertebral column. It is also called as tailbone. It is 1 in number. Okay, so we studied that in an adult we have 206 bones, but as a kid we all had 300 bones. So where did this approximately 100 bones, like 94 bones, where did they go? They actually got fused. Like here we see in sacrum there were 5 bones, but they got fused into 1. Then in sternum there were 3 bones, it got fused into 1 bone. So this is how a lot of bones got fused, and from 300 it got into 206. In your previous class also I told you that if a person has more number of bones, he is more flexible. An example I gave you of this finger. Okay, if there is just 1 bone, then it is only able to move this much. Okay, only this much. But if since it has 3 bones and there are 2 joints, so it is able to move a lot. Okay, it is able to have more movement because of the joints. So you see, this is the concept why a child is more flexible. But as we grow older, the flexibility becomes less and less. Okay, why? Because the kid has 300 bones and an adult has only 206 bones. Those bones get fused, so the flexibility reduces. Okay, so I'll share with you a diagram of thoracic region. Sorry, vertebral column. Yeah, so here you see the structure of spine. Here we see cervical region. So here we see these 7 bones. They are C1 to C7. These are called cervical vertebrae. Then next 12 bones. We have thoracic region. Okay, this is thoracic. This is approximate. Okay, the highlighting thing is approximate. And then we have 5 bones of the lumbar region. And then we have this sacrum. And the last is coccyx. Sacrum is the 5 fused vertebrae. Okay, so I hope this is very clear to you. Please take screenshot of this. Okay, so this is the front view and this is the side view. Here, this is the side view and this is the front view. Okay, so you see the spinal cord is not straight, it is S-like structure. So it is not straight, it is bent a little. So because of which we are able to have more movements in the body. Okay, it is not a dead straight. Okay. Please take the screenshot and then we'll move forward. Okay, so I'll discuss, I'll share a picture which is showing the structure of vertebral column. Okay, you see, this is three vertebrae they have shown. Like 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so in between that there is cushioning. Okay, see the bones, they are very brittle and they're hard. Okay, so if they are touched together, then there will be a lot of friction and they'll rub against each other, and then they will disintegrate. Means they will yes. So the God has designed it in such a way that there's cushioning in between two bones, so that there is no rubbing in between the bones. Otherwise, they will tear away. Yeah. So you see, the structure is like this. There is in between two vertebral bones, there is a cushioning provided. You can take screenshot of this. Okay, so sometimes what happens that sometimes due to our bad posture, or we do not pay attention to our spinal cord, what happens is sometimes these become disoriented. Okay, it spreads, this becomes like this, so it is disturbing that cushioning in between. Okay, it is trying to touch the other bone, the next bone. So what happens in this case, the spinal cord that is running between these through these spinal cord, spinal bones, okay, that it does not get that smooth passage which it was getting earlier. So it is very important that we keep our posture correct, so that this cushioning, they are not disturbed and these bones do not rub against each other, and the spinal cord that is running through the vertebral column gets its passage, and the nerves, they get proper channel to go and spread throughout the body. I hope you understand this concept. Okay, let me just show you a good diagram of, let me search on the internet. I have not saved it. Okay, so I'll just share with you. I'm not coming across any good picture here. Okay, so yeah, I think you can see this. Okay, I think you can see this. This is an example of herniated disc. In this, you see this, the disc has come out because the bones, they have moved from their place, from their original place where they were supposed to be. They have moved a little from there, and then they are pressing this cushioning in between in the disc. Okay, and because of which this spinal cord, it is getting disturbed, and they are not able to send the signal through nerves throughout the body. I hope this is clear from the picture. Okay. Yes. So we are done with axial bones. Now we will do appendicular bones. Yes, appendicular bones. In appendicular bones, we have four things. We have pectoral girdle. Then we have pelvic girdle. Then we have arms. And we have legs. Okay. So in pectoral girdle, we have clavicle and scapula. In arms, we have humerus, ulna, and hands. In hands, we have carpals, metacarpals, we have phalanges, distal, middle, proximal. 5, 4, 5. Okay. So you see, in appendicular bones, we have pectoral girdle composed of clavicle and scapula. Then we have arms. They are composed of humerus, ulna, and radius. Okay, radius, humerus, ulna, and hand. Let's put it here. Yes. So you see, in your upper arm, if you feel it, you feel that there is something in the center, and then there are some muscles and your skin. Okay, there is only one bone in the upper arm. But whereas in your forearms, you see that something is very soft in between here, in between. It is soft, but on the outside, it is very hard. That means there are bones here, but there is a gap in between. That means it has two bones. That is radius and ulna. Then here, we have 8 bones here, which are called carpals. Then metacarpals, you see these bones you feel? Okay, here, this bone, this, we feel? Okay, these long bones, they are metacarpal. They are 5 in numbers. They are reaching the 5 fingers. Then we have phalanges. Phalanges. We have phalanges. Okay. Now there we studied distal, proximal, and medial. Okay. Distal is away from the body, and proximal is towards the origin. So proximal, distal, and medial. Proximal, distal, and medial. Okay, so in phalanges, these are phalanges. Okay, these fingers, the bones in the finger, they are called phalanges. So distal 5, proximal 5, but in thumb there is no in between. There is origin and there is away from the origin. There is nothing in between. So proximal, distal, proximal, distal, medial, proximal, distal, medial, proximal, distal, proximal, distal, medial, proximal, distal, medial. So here in this we don't have any medial. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the picture of your pectoral girdle. Yes. So here we see pectoral girdle attaches the upper limb of the axial skeleton. Okay. So through our arm is attached to the axial skeleton. Axial skeleton, that is head, the vertebral column, and the chest, the rib cage, thoracic cage. Okay. So our arms are attached to that through pectoral girdle. And pectoral girdle is made up of two pairs of bones, that is clavicle and scapula. These are in pairs. So we have two clavicle bones, or the collar bones, that is called in general. So we have clavicle here, and then we have this triangular shaped scapula. I hope this is very, very clear. Okay, so here we see this ball and socket joint, the shoulder joint. Okay, here the humerus is connected to the pectoral girdle. This is called, this joint is the most movable joint of our body, is the shoulder joint, which is connected to the axial skeleton through the pectoral girdle. You can take the screenshot. Now I think it is becoming more and more clear how the bones are connected and what is the structure of the bones. We have always seen the bones structure, but we do not understand what all is there. So now I think it is becoming more and more clear how the bones are coming out, how the ribs are coming from the vertebral, they are connecting to the sternum. Then we have a pectoral girdle, and now we'll be studying about the arms. Okay, so here we see the arms. Okay, here this is the arm, then this is forearm, and this is the hand. In arm, this bone is called humerus. Humerus, humerus. Okay. Please take screenshot of this. So here the hand, the arms are composed of arm, that is for upper arm. Upper arm is actually called arm. Okay. And then we have forearm, which has 2 bones, and then we have hands, which has many, many bones. We'll study that. Please take screenshot. And then we have ulna and radius. You see the forearm, ulna and radius. Please take screenshot of that. And then we have the hand, the palm. Okay, here you see it has carpals. Okay, it has 8 carpals: trapezium, trapezoid, scaphoid, capitate, lunate, triquetrum, pisiform, hemate. The names are not so important. You just know that there are carpals, metacarpals, proximal phalanges, middle phalanges, and distal phalanges. Okay, in thumb there is no middle phalanges. Okay, because it has only 2 bones. So towards the origin proximal, away from the origin distal. Simple to remember. Okay, so carpals are 8 in number, metacarpals are 5 in number. Starting from the thumb, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then phalanges, proximal phalanges, middle phalanges, and distal phalanges. You can take a screenshot of this. So should I continue this arms and legs to pelvic girdle and legs today itself? Or should we do it tomorrow? Hello, anyone there?
I think tomorrow we have like 𝐘𝐨𝐿. And
𝐘𝐨𝐿
then,
you have? Okay.
yeah,
And you have no
so I don't know if
class?
we're gonna have class. I'm not sure how it will work.
Yes. Okay. So,
But
okay.
we
tell
have
me,
another class in 5 minutes.
Okay. So should I continue or should we stop here and we can take query? I think we can take query and we'll continue day after tomorrow or tomorrow, like whatsoever it is, it will be confirmed to you and to me as well. So if you have
Okay.
any query
Mm.
until now, in any topic until now we have covered.
Mm.
Or today's
I
topic, if you have any query.
I think we're good.
You're good. Okay. So, okay, let me ask you one question. Okay, so in the end, we will be having an assignment or presentation. Okay, we have 2 things in offline classes. Either we give assignments. Okay, like I will be giving you one topic, or I can also tell you, you can choose a topic of your choice and then present. You have to write like one passage. Okay, this is one assignment, and then second is presentation. So if you want to if any one of you want to give presentation of 10 minutes, so you're most welcome. So what I was thinking, that since we are in online classes, we can do one thing, that we can just volunteer. See, you all have to do something. Okay, like so, whosoever attends class, I think you should at least write something, like at least one passage. Okay, I'll give you 2 questions, and we can like you can choose. I'll give you 2 questions, and you can choose any of them. And if any one of you wants to give presentation, you're most welcome. So we'll do that on second last day, all this presentation and passage writing. So like you prepare it, and on second last day, we will take this presentation and passage writing. So passage writing will be compulsory to all of you, whereas presentation is voluntary. Okay, 10-minute presentation. If you want to give it, you're most welcome. We'll probably do it on 24th or 25th. All right.
How does the passage writing work? What exactly are we writing about?
I will be giving you 2 topics, so you choose one. Okay, and then you just give it to me through this, like how we share Zoom classes, or maybe I don't know how you use.
Do you have like an example of a passage writing that someone has done in the past, so we can kind of like have a better idea of what kind of writing we will be doing?
See,
is it possible to send to us?
Okay. I'll see if I can provide you one example. But my point is, you do not want any Any example. Okay, I want to see what you write. Because when we read from people, then we limit ourselves. That, okay, this is the framework, this is how it is to be done. But I do not want to see a copy or an idea being taken from anyone. See, you all have passed probably school, graduation. So I just want you to write like one page, approximately 500 words. Okay, there will be very simple question. You just have to write your feelings down. Feelings, your understanding, whatever you have understood, you just have to write down that. Okay. It is basically, I want to know what I have taught you and what you have already learned in your previous classes, like your previous life about those topics, and then how it has, how my classes have improved.
And
So
how much
rate
time?
it?
How much
Huh?
time do we have for that?
No, you'll just write it. You'll write in your spare time and then you'll give it to me.
So we can take one day or 1 hour?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I will give you your topic in like this week itself. So I will give you the topic on 18th.
Okay.
Okay, and then you have to present that by 24th of March.
Okay.
Yes, and if anyone of you wants to volunteer and wants to give presentation, you're most welcome, and you'll get a time of 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And you can present it.
What are the topics, like respiratory, circulatory,
Yes,
or like
in
what?
presentation, your syllabus is the topics: respiratory system, digestive system, and what else? Circulatory system, the skeletal system, or you can even take 𝐘𝐨𝐿, all these nadis, chakras. You can take any topic from your syllabus for presentation. Okay, and you'll get 10 minutes. You can volunteer, it's not compulsory, but writing a passage of 500 words will be compulsory. I will give you 2 topics and you'll have to choose one. All right?
All right.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
we'll discuss this later also.
Yeah.
On 18th,
Okay.
I will give you topics.
On the 18th, you give the topic,
Yes.
and then is it graded or like?
No. It is, I will grade you, but it's okay. I will be very lenient.
We'll be
Okay.
fine, I think.
Okay, then
Okay.
see you
All
tomorrow.
right.
Day after
Thank
tomorrow. Have a
you.
great,
Bye.
yes, great learning. See you.
Thanks. Bye.